Hi, hello. Since this is a skincare video, I thought it would be appropriate for me to not be wearing any makeup and to just be wearing my skincare. Also, I have like a raging headache, so I don't feel like getting ready anyway. I feel like just taking an ibuprofen, throwing on a migraine patch, and lying down in bed and reading Jujutsu Kaisen. But instead of doing that, I am sitting here on my room floor, surrounded by an absolutely unhinged amount of skincare. Genuinely just bonkers, you guys, like deranged. I am a full-blown hoarder, and looking at the like sheer amount of stuff here, let me put my bubble tea down. Looking at the sheer amount of stuff here kind of makes me gag. Like it's so much. I went around the entire house and I tried to find every single possible location that I thought skincare could be hiding, and I threw it in a giant pile on my floor, and I've been sitting here trying to like sort through the categories and count what's happening, taking like a full-blown honest inventory. It has taken up literal hours and hours of my life because there's a deranged amount of skincare around me. I've started at 11 and it's like 3:30, like we're almost running out of daylight here. The first step of like addressing a problem is admitting that you have a problem and really seeing the scale of it, and that's what this video is for. I guess when I like really think about it, it shouldn't surprise me that I have like so much skincare, because honestly like I spend way more money on skincare than I ever have on makeup. Skincare was like my first love. Before I ever loved makeup, I loved skincare because as a teenager, when I was like really young, I started watching these like Korean dramas, and I was always like, oh my god, they have the most perfect skin. How is that? And that's because I didn't know that beauty filters existed at the time, and a lot of K-dramas very heavily use beauty filters. But still, young, impressionable, cystic, acne-prone Prachi in her teenage years was very much so like obsessed with skincare, long before she ever started thinking about like buying makeup. And you know, when I'm like sitting here looking at the absolutely unhinged amount of skincare I have, and I'm like, how did this happen? Like, how did I get here? And I think what I've realized is that unlike makeup, I do actually use skincare up. Like I do empty out bottles of skincare in a way that I very rarely do with makeup items. Because obviously I think like all of you guys can remember the last time you finished up a face wash or like a moisturizer, but like when was the last time any of us used up a lipstick or a blush or like an eyeshadow palette, you know? And so for me, I've always kind of been able to like rein in my makeup spending because I have some sense that actually like makeup takes a really long time to use up. And with skincare, I think I tell myself that because I do actually use skincare up, it's fine to just keep buying skincare. And I think the lie there, or the scam there, is that like, well, I don't use skincare up nearly as fast as I think I do. And so I buy skincare at a much faster rate than I actually use up. And so I think it's really important for me to just stop. I want to stop the influx of new products. I want to actually use up the products that I own. And I want to know by the end of this year, how much skincare do I actually use up in a given year? You know, so that I can no longer lie to myself and being like, yeah, no, it's fine that I have like 10 bottles of toner or whatever, because like I use up toner a lot. If the reality is that actually it takes me like 6 months to use up a bottle of toner. So really, I should only be buying like 2 bottles of toner a year. I should not be buying like 6 bottles of toner. Anyway, so that's sort of the little like epiphany that I've had about the way in which I buy and consume skincare. I am fully aware that the amount of skincare I own is unhinged and borderline hoarder-ish. My brain has been screaming it at me like all day ever since I like sat down to do this video. So in light of that, I will not be accepting any mean comments under this video. If you are like a genuine longtime subscriber of mine and you want to jokingly call me out, that's fine. I love you and I understand you, because one of my favorite ways of showing affection is by good-naturedly teasing somebody. If you want to be like witty or sarcastic or cutting or call me out a little, that's fine, but do it the way that you would to like your sibling and not like your nemesis. You get what I'm saying? Like a Tim Hortons coffee, I want to be roasted with care and not derision. Also, sorry I've been drinking my boba the whole time. This has been such a long and shitty day that I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna order like Uber Eats cha time, because I miss boba. I miss bubble tea. I like really wanted some, and so I got some delivered and it has arrived, and I'm just like, I'm so excited. I'm like having it right now. While I was sitting there doing my actual inventory, I did not have it, so you will not hear like weird boba eating sounds in the voiceover in the back. Don't worry about that. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get it. I don't do this in the morning, I only do this at night, and it's because I'm trying to get all of like the sunscreen and makeup and grime off of my face. And so I have a series of sort of what I call like first step cleansers, which is these guys. I use all of these interchangeably in place of each other. So what I've done is I've grouped all of my cleansing balms, oils, micellar waters together, and I have 9 of them in total. In terms of thicker balm textures, from left to right, we have the Inkey List Oat Cleansing Balm, the Body Shop Oils of Life Intensely Revitalizing Cleansing Oil and Gel, and the Hamish All Clean Balm. In terms of cleansing oil, I have 3. So the 2 on the left are actually from the Face Shop. One is the All Clear One Shot Cleansing Gel. The one in the middle is the Rice Water Bright Rich Cleansing Oil. I actually prefer the light cleansing oil. I feel like the rich one is just a little bit harder to get rid of. There's a bit of like residue, but whatever. It's the one I have. It's the one I have to use up. And then on the right is the iconic Japanese product, the DHC Deep Cleansing Oil. In terms of micellar water, we have the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Water with Argan Oil, the original and iconic Bioderma Sensibio H2O, and then this isn't a micellar water, it's actually a lip and eye makeup remover that I tend to only really use when I'm wearing waterproof makeup or like really heavy eye makeup that I don't think just one round of cleansing oil will take care of. In terms of second cleansers, I have 10 of them of varying sizes, so you can see some of them are a lot smaller. They're sample sizes, trial sizes, but quite a few of them are also full-size cleansers. So here in the front row, we have the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Cleansing Gel, which in my personal opinion feels a lot like the Drunk Elephant Jelly Cleanser. Then we also have the Innisfree Blueberry Rebalancing 5.5 Cleanser. This is sealed, it hasn't been opened yet, but I'm given to understand that it's really similar to the Glow Recipe Blueberry Gel Cleanser, and that's kind of why I bought it. Then we have a mini size of the Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Superfood Cleanser, which I'm currently using right now. A mini size of the Belief Aqua Bomb Jelly Cleanser, which basically lives in my shower for when I'm washing my face in the shower. And a mini size of the Tatcha The Rice Wash, which was this year's Sephora birthday present. For the back row of cleansers, we have the La Roche-Posay Tolériane, the CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser, the CeraVe SA Cleanser, so salicylic acid cleanser, the Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser by Crave Beauty, and the Innisfree Hydrating Cleansing Foam with green tea. Of these 5 cleansers, the Innisfree one is definitely, I think, the most drying and stripping, while the La Roche-Posay one is the most gentle. It's like a creamy, milky cleanser that I tend to use in the mornings during the winter when my skin feels really dry. Okay, so the next category is physical exfoliants. When this category runs out, I don't think I will replace it. So on the left, we have the Neutrogena Deep Clean Gentle Scrub, which uses, I believe, jojoba beads. Jojoba beads are much smoother and less harsh than things like apricot scrubs, and they're also biodegradable and much more environmentally conscious than the little like plastic beads that exist in a lot of scrubby things. I use both these physical exfoliants like very infrequently, only when I feel like there's, you know, some skin that is like flaking on my face that could do with a very like gentle sloughing off. The product on the right is the Body Shop Vitamin C Glow Revealing Liquid Peel. Since we're on the topic of exfoliants, these are all the chemical exfoliants that I own that are for the face. I have 10 chemical exfoliants total. So I have this like open and half used collection of the Pixi Glow Tonic To Go 5% glycolic acid pads. The pads have long since dried up, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use like the actual cotton pad to apply some of these other AHA toners on my body so that I'm not like wasting the product and just throwing it away. Then I have both an open bottle and a sealed backup of the Crave Beauty Kayla Lu Yaha. This contains 5.25% AHAs as well as a bunch of antioxidants, and I tend to use it on my face maybe like once or twice a week. Next to it, we have the Ordinary 7% glycolic acid toning solution. I actually don't use this on my face at all. I use this on my body. I have what's called keratosis pilaris. Some people call it chicken skin or strawberry skin, which honestly sounds very gross to me. But it's basically little like raised bumps that appear on my upper arms and my thighs. But I've actually found that like using the Ordinary's glycolic acid toner and then whatever body moisturizer I like on top of it has been like super duper effective, and honestly much cheaper than spending like $20 on a lactic acid cream. Okay, next we have 2 bottles of the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. The one in the front is the one that I'm currently using, and it has about like this much product in it. The one in the back, it's sealed and it'll be opened once this guy runs out. I heavily credit this for making my skin look decent and keeping the vast majority of non-hormonal acne at bay. And then lastly, over here we have a couple bottles from The Ordinary. There is a sealed 10% lactic acid. There's also an open, old school, you can see there's like such little product in it, salicylic acid 2% solution. And then finally we have a bottle of the 10% mandelic acid and hyaluronic acid, which is probably the most gentle of all of the exfoliants here. In terms of other sort of active ingredients I use to kind of exfoliate my skin and keep acne at bay, vitamin A is a huge one. Goes by a lot of different names: retinol, retinoic acid, tretinoin, adapalene, etc. But I've just grouped them broadly in a category that I call vitamin A, and there are 4 products in total. All the way on the left we have The Ordinary retinol 1% in squalene. Then we have a sealed Gran-Active Retinoid 2% emulsion from The Ordinary, which I bought the moment that I arrived in the US because tragically this product is not sold in Canada, despite being very gentle yet very effective. And then some other products that I bought when I was in the US because they're only sold over the counter here. In Canada, you still need a prescription for these. It's a 0.1% adapalene gel acne treatment. The game plan is to like use all of these up and just have like 1 tube of Differin gel as my only product in this category by the end of the year. I have 2 kind of like acne spot treatments. So on the left we have the Neutrogena Rapid Clear 5% benzoyl peroxide gel. I use this like very infrequently, only when I have like a crazy pimple that has like popped that I'm trying to disinfect. And then on the right we have the Some By Me Super Miracle AHA BHA PhD 14-day Spot All Kill Cream. I don't know how I acquired this. I don't even know why I acquired this, which makes me wonder if maybe I got it in like a set or something, because I've like never really used this. I don't even know how effective it is, but I guess this is the year that we will use this shit up. Okay, so let's dive into some of the more fun categories. Here we have all of the toners that I own. There are 9 in total, but I've divided them up further into 2 subcategories. So one category is what I call body toners, and there are 2 products in that category. That's these 2 right here. And so they're their own separate category. If I burn through both of these jumbo bottles in 2022, I'm allowed to buy 1 replacement. And then I have 7 facial toners, and if I somehow miraculously get through all 7 of them, I'm allowed to buy 1 as a replacement. So these are my 7 face toners. Starting from the very left, we have the Lab Green Flavonoid 2.5 pads. So these are actually very, very thin toning pads. I believe there are 90 of them. And the idea is that if you have like a part of your face that's really dehydrated, you take one of these pads and you let it kind of sit on your skin as like a spot sheet mask for maybe like 5 to 10 minutes before then kind of using the pad as an actual toner pad to spread the product all over the rest of your face, and then move on with your skincare routine. There are a couple other kinds, I believe, for like different skincare needs, but this brand as a whole, the Lab, and their toning pads, they're really, really popular right now in Korea. So I'm eager to dive into this product, but I have resisted opening it because, as you can see, there's a lot else going on that I want to use up before I break the seal. Okay, next we have a sealed bottle of the Hada Labo toner. So the most popular Hada Labo toner is their hyaluronic acid one. I believe that's called the Gokujun. This is not the Gokujun, this is the Shirojun Premium. So this is the one that actually contains, I believe, tranexamic acid, and it helps kind of brighten up dark spots and hyperpigmentation on your skin. Next to it, we have the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Hyaluronic Toner, and this is actually the collab that they did with Beauty Within. So I believe the box has the Beauty Within logo all over it, which is really cute. Just heard a lot of really good things from a lot of different people about this toner and how it basically like boosts hydration incredibly well. So I picked it up. Next, we have 2 bottles of actually the same product. It's the Laneige Cream Skin Refiner. So the really cool thing about this toner is that it's actually like supposed to be a moisturizer and a toner all in one step. In fact, the original Korean name, Cream Skin, skin is the Korean word for toner. So they're saying that it's both a cream and a toner that like helps moisturize your skin. On days when I'm on like a huge rush in the morning, I'm like pressed for time and I'm just trying to like do a very condensed version of my skincare, I will literally just wash my face, throw a bunch of this on, and put my sunscreen on. And I find that it does give me like enough hydration to last through the day, unless it's like a really cold, really dry day. And then lastly, we have a small size bottle of the Pyeongkangyul Essence Toner, which is about halfway used up. And then an unopened little mini size of the Innisfree Intensive Hydrating Toner with green tea seed that I'm pretty sure I got as like part of some set, because I would never have bought this of my own volition. These are my two quote-unquote body toners, aka toners that I use on my body. Because here's the thing, like I have always spent a lot of time and energy worrying about the skin on my face, but because I have like body image issues basically, I've always kind of shied away from taking care of the skin on the rest of my body, which is stupid and dumb. Skin is the largest organ I have. It protects my entire body, and if it is worth taking care of on my face, it is worth taking care of on the rest of my body, even if I have a bunch of body image issues. And I have been like slowly coming to terms with just accepting and loving my body the way that it is. And part of that is like making the decision to actually take care of it, like to really try and address things like keratosis pilaris and ingrown hairs and ashy elbows and dry flaky skin. And so I have like actually like a full body care routine when I come out of the shower nowadays, which is like huge for me because before I couldn't even like stand to look at my body in a mirror. And God, this is very heavy for a skincare inventory video, but the point I'm trying to make is that I've added extra steps to my body skincare routine because I feel like the skin on my body is also worth taking care of. And so what I have here is I have these two sort of like moisturizing toners that are huge bottles. I believe both of these are like 500 ml bottles. And when I come out of the shower, like I basically use these all over my body before I put on moisturizer. It adds like an extra layer of hydration. But the idea is basically that like I pamper the skin on my face, I'm also kind of like taking a moment to pamper the skin on the rest of my body and just like take care of it and make sure that it has all of the like fun little antioxidants and ceramides and amino acids and whatnot that good skincare products provide. So on the left, we have this absolutely gargantuan bottle of the Tony Moly Wonder Ceramide Mochi Toner. This is the bottle that is currently open and in use. And then on the right, we have, I believe it's, damn, they did not even put the name of the product in English anywhere else because it's a Japanese product. So sorry if I like miss a syllable or two, but I think it's the Kiku Masamune High Moist Lotion. Of course, I'm not going to open it until I finish the Tony Moly toner on the left up. But yeah, these are my two quote-unquote body care toners. Okay, so next up we have here every single essence I own. Honestly, the distinction between the two is kind of like a marketing scam, but in general, I find like Korean essences to contain a lot more useful ingredients for me than Korean toners. And so that's kind of why I really like love essences. And you might be like, Prachi, well, if you love essence, why do you have so many more toners than you do essences? And honestly, it's because I actually use essences up. So there aren't as many bottles of essence because I actually run through them because I'm using them every single day, whereas toners just tend to sort of languish in my collection. But either way, so I have 6 essence bottles in total at the start of 2022. But yeah, all the way on the very left, we have the Misha Time Revolution Artemisia Treatment Essence. This contains double fermented artemisia, which is also called mugwort. Then we have the Secret Key Starting Treatment Essence with galactomyces, and this is basically like a much cheaper dupe of the SK2 Pitera essence. In this middle section here, we have the essences that are actually open and currently in use. So we have the I'm from Mugwort Essence. So this, as you can see from how kind of like busted the bottle looks, this is very well used, very well loved. It's in my daily skincare rotation. The other essence that is in my daily skincare rotation is this. It is the CosRx Galactomyces 95 Tone Balancing Essence. I have used up so many bottles of this essence. Like, I have been using this loyally for like literal years. It has gone through so many different name changes. There was a point in time, I remember, like almost like a decade ago, when this was unfortunately called, I think, like the White Power Essence. And I was like, what am I using? You know, but that was just like, it was like a mistranslation of the Korean into English, and they've renamed it a couple times to make sure that it is like much more appropriately named. But yeah, like I have used up so many bottles of this. As you can see, it is on its like very last legs. I'm currently like finishing this up right now. It is very similar to the Secret Key Starting Treatment Essence here, in that it's also intended to be a dupe for the SK-II product. I think if you've like never used an essence before and you're trying to like get into the world of it to see what it can provide you, I think this CosRx one is an excellent starting point, because it has like all the hallmarks of what a good Korean essence would have. It contains fermented ingredients, it contains niacinamide, it contains hyaluronic acid, it has a slightly thicker and heftier texture than a toner, and it is at a very, very reasonable price point compared to a lot of other essences. The other open essence that I have and that I use more so just when I'm like breaking out and really need to like calm my skin down is the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. The texture of this essence, if you've never used anything that has snail in it before, is, I will admit, really wild. But given that I've been using this particular essence and snail products for like years and years and years and years, like I'm totally used to it. And I will say, like, this delivers hydration and like soothing and calming like very few things I have ever used in my entire life. And then lastly, on the very right, we have the Dr. Suracle Vegan Kombucha Tea Essence. This is still sealed. This product has been incredibly hyped up in the K-beauty community over the past like year. A lot of people are saying that this is an even better version of the Laneige Cream Skin Refiner that I super love and adore. And so I felt compelled to pick a bottle of this up and give it a try. Okay. The serum category. It is very much so full. I have 15 different bottles of skincare serums. So in terms of open serum bottles, we have the Innisfree Intensive Hydrating Serum with Green Tea Seed, the Ordinary 5% Pycnogenol, the Ordinary's Niacinamide 10% and Zinc 1%, which I always dilute with moisturizer. I don't use it as is because I feel like it's almost tacky. The Inkey List Q10, Crave Beauty's Great Barrier Relief, Peach and Lily's Glass Skin Refining Serum, and the Huxley Secret of Sahara Oil Essence. In terms of sealed bottles, we have the Skin Food Royal Honey Propolis Enrich Essence, the Bring Green Artemisia Calming Intensive Serum, the Ordinary's The Buffet Plus Copper Peptides 1%, the Ordinary's Marine Hyaluronics, which I have heard is way better than their hyaluronic acid product, both in terms of texture and in terms of providing hydration. The Ordinary's Caffeine Solution 5% plus EGCG, which is technically a product that's meant to be used around the eyes, but I've heard a couple people say that they actually prefer to use it on their skin because EGCG is like a really good antioxidant for your overall skin health. So my game plan with this is not to use this around the eyes, which is where the Ordinary intends it to be used, but to use it like a normal serum all over my face. And then the Ordinary's Resveratrol 3% plus ferulic acid 3%. And then over here, we actually have two backups of the Crave Great Barrier Relief Cream. I had only ordered one during the warehouse sale that Crave Beauty was having like around Black Friday, and they accidentally sent me two. So like one doesn't expire till 2023, the other doesn't expire till 2024. So as long as I don't open this until I'm ready to use it, we should be good to go. Okay, so I have two eye creams, and honestly I don't know why, because I don't even use eye cream because I'm a very like milia prone person. But the first is the Laneige Water Bank Eye Gel, and then the other is the Belief Moisturizing and Firming Eye Cream. Okay, so here we have a category that's technically serums, but which for the purposes of my no-buy here, I have separated out all by itself, and that is vitamin C serums. So products which contain like L-ascorbic acid or some other form of like vitamin C. Because as a melanated person who suffers from like acne and hyperpigmentation and who definitely has like a family history of melasma popping up, vitamin C is like a key non-negotiable step in my routine. If I do any skincare in the morning, you can guarantee I'm throwing some kind of vitamin C on my face before I put on sunscreen. So I've made it its own category, and I have 8 different kinds of vitamin C products. 7 of which I use on my face and 1 which I use on my body. So if I run out of all 7 that I use on my face, I'm allowed to buy 1 to replace it. And if I finish up the 1 that I use on my body, I'm allowed to buy 1 to use. So the one that I use on my body is the Ordinary's 100% L-ascorbic acid powder. This is literally just like a powder that you're supposed to like mix in with creams and serums, etc. to add some like L-ascorbic acid to your routine. And what I do is I basically like a couple times a week, I mix this in with either one of the toners that I use on my body or straight up with like my body lotion, and then I apply it all over my body. So this is my one sort of like body vitamin C product. In terms of face serums, we have here a sealed Purito Pure Vitamin C serum with 5% ascorbic acid as well as hyaluronic acid. We also have the Ordinary's ascorbic acid 8% and alpha-arbutin 2%, which is in an anhydrous solution. So there's no water in there. It keeps it much more shelf-stable, prevents oxidation. Then we have 2 tubes of the Roto Melano CC vitamin C serum. The tube on the right is the one that I'm currently using, and it's almost like all the way done. The tube on the left is its replacement. Then we have the other vitamin C serum that I'm currently using that's open, and that is the CeraVe Skin Renewing Vitamin C Serum, which contains, I believe, 10% ascorbic acid. And then lastly, it is the very hyped up K-beauty product, the Goodall Green Tangerine Vita C Dark Spot Serum. And this is a set with 2 bottles in it that I got from Olive Young because it was actually cheaper than the one which just had 1 bottle in it. I have 5 wash-off face masks, which honestly, I don't know if this is like a necessary category in my skincare. I think if I like run out of all of these, I don't know that I would like hurry out to buy a replacement. It feels like a weird, fun, indulgent thing and not like a functional part of a skincare routine, for me at least. The 5 wash-off face masks that I own are the Ordinary's Salicylic Acid 2% mask, the Body Shop's Japanese Matcha Tea Pollution Clearing Mask, the Body Shop's Chinese Ginseng and Rice Clarifying Polishing Mask, Innisfree's Pore Clearing Clay Mask 2 times with Super Volcanic Clusters, and a little mini baby size of the Fresh Rose Face Mask. In terms of lip products, I have 1 lip scrub and 4 lip balms. Actually, no, wait, I have 5 lip balms, but I don't know where my 5th one is. Okay, I cannot be asked to like get up and find it right now. I am sure it is in like a bag somewhere. The one that's missing is the like Fresh Pot lip balm, so it looks like this Vaseline thingy, but it has an orange lid and it's the mango flavor. So there are 5 lip balms. The other 4 are this sealed Vaseline Lip Therapy in Rosy Lips, which I don't want to open until I've kind of burned through some of these other ones. And then I have 2 identical lip balms. One is just in like a special edition packaging. They're both the Nuxe Rêve de Miel lip balm. This is like a super popular cult product in Canada, and it really is like a very nice, nourishing, lovely lip balm. But my holy grail lip balm of all time is the one, the only, the iconic Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Here is my empty original bottle. This is the original sort of like berry flavor with the pink cap. You can see that it's basically like it's completely empty. Like I've used it all the way up. I feel like this is one of the ones where like both the texture and the hydration are just like perfect for me, because the thing with these like Nuxe ones is they're thick. It's not a very spreadable lip balm. It requires me like a little bit of extra effort to coat my entire lips. I do not have that problem with the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Like these spread like a dream, and they are also very, very hydrating. They're also like gigantic pots that take forever to get through. Now I will say what happened was this lip sleeping mask ran out, and at the same time the K-pop group BTS collaborated with Laneige to come out with like a special cute little limited edition version of the lip sleeping mask. And I was like, oh, okay, wait, like what a perfect timing, because I've just run out of this lip sleeping mask. I'm looking to replace it anyways. I love BTS. Let me get this like limited edition version of the lip sleeping mask. In terms of lip scrubs, I only have the one. It's from Lush. It is their honey sugar scrub. I really do love this product, but I think lip scrubs are an indulgence, and after it runs out, I think particularly because this year I am like trying to save money, pay off my debt, etc., I don't think I'll replenish it, you know? So indulgent product, love that I have it, will definitely use it up, but I don't think I will be replenishing this category. I think I'm just gonna like close this category out when it runs out. Alrighty, let's talk SPF. If there is one category that I think I will actually have to make a purchase in during 2022, it's probably gonna be SPF. Now here, I know it looks like I have 5 bottles, but actually what I have are 2. And that's because these 3 on the right, so Crave Beauty's the Beet Shield, and the Purito Centella Green Level Unscented Sun SPF 50 PA++, blah, blah, whatever. These 2 sunscreens were actually recalled off the market because it turns out that although they say that they provide SPF 50 protection, this Purito one in particular, I believe, only provides around SPF 19 protection. You know the days when I'm just like sitting in the house by a window like doing my work? That's what I tend to use these 3 sunscreens for. Because honestly, like I didn't want to waste these sunscreens. I already had them. The Beet Shield in particular, it's not just like a sunscreen, it also has a bunch of other antioxidant ingredients, so I'm almost using it just as like a serum in the morning. In terms of like a daily sort of like indoor, not very high sun exposure sunscreen, like these 3 still do their job. I want to use them all the way up, but I don't count them as like the kind of SPF I need for days when I'm actually going to be outside. And that's where these 2 bad boys come in question. And on sunscreen, I am like non-negotiable. So if I run out of these 2 and some of these are still languishing in my collection, I am going to buy myself a proper like SPF 50. The 2 actual active sunscreen bottles that I have going for me right now are the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid, which is a broad spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen. And then I have the Dr. Jart Every Sunday Sun Fluid, which is also a broad spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen. And this is the sunscreen that I'll be opening and using once my Paula's Choice one runs out. When even the Dr. Jart one is gone, regardless of whether or not these 3 are still languishing in my collection, I will buy a new sunscreen because I do not fuck around with sun protection. I want to make sure my skin is well protected if I'm going outside. Okay, here we have all my sheet masks. Jesus Christ. I counted and there are 40 sheet masks, as well as this like one random set of eye patches from the Face Shop. I think I'm just like not gonna let myself buy any more sheet masks. You know, just until I've like paid off my student loan debt, maybe like for 2023, let me like not buy any sheet masks. Let this category be like fully emptied out. And then if I want, like afterwards, I can buy like one box, like one pack of like 10 sheet masks to use when I want to have fun. They take up an absolutely ungodly amount of space in my skincare drawer. And I guess that's the other reason why I'm like, damn, like, can I please use some of this up and just have like one measly box of 10? Can that be like me moving forward in life? That's the dream for 2023, Prachi. OMG, just realized I actually have 41 sheet masks, because this is technically, it's not a sheet mask, but it's not like a wash off mask either. This is, isn't that the creepiest lid you've seen in your entire life? This is the Dr. Jart Shake and Shot Soothing Skincare Mask. And so I have one of these. I don't know where from. I don't even know like how or when I got it. But so I guess I actually have like 41 sheet masks, so to speak. In terms of face oils, I own 4 bottles. We have from left to right, Herbivore's Lapis Face Oil, The Ordinary's 100% Organic Cold Pressed Rosehip Seed Oil, Nux's Huile Prodigieuse, which is technically like a face and body and hair oil, and then Clarence's Huile, oh, I'm reading the French version, Lotus Face Oil. But yeah, so these are my 4 potential face oils. This is another one of those categories where I'm like, I don't think this is necessary. I think if I somehow manage to use all of these up, I will not replenish this category. I will just close it out forever. Okay, you want to talk embarrassing? This is embarrassing. I have 20 moisturizers sitting in front of me right now. So here in the front row, we have the Neutrogena Hydro Boost for extra dry skin. This is fragrance free, and it's actually like a pretty good dupe for the Belief. Is it the Aqua Balm or the Moisture Balm? I like using it whenever I'm using like a lot of really intense other actives and I just want like a no frills chill moisturizer. Here we have a mini size of the Tatcha the Dewy Skin Cream, which came as part of the birthday present at Sephora this year. There's also the Peach and Lily Matcha Pudding Antioxidant Cream, the Olay Regenerist Retinol 24 Moisturizing Night Cream, the iconic Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. And then this is a product that I don't know if you can get this in the US. This might be a Canadian only thing. It's from Indeed Labs. It's the Hydroluron Moisture Jelly, and it's basically like a really good dupe for the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Jelly. Here we have the Pyeongkang Moisture Cream, the Inkey List Multibiotic Moisturizer, which honestly it almost has like a serum-y texture as opposed to a moisturizing texture. We have the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Water Gel Moisturizer, which I used a lot during the summer. It was very useful during that time when my skin couldn't handle heavy textures. The Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer, which is like another one of those moisturizers that's very lightweight and perfect for summer. Then we have the Skin and Lab Dr. Troublous Medicica Calming Cream, which along with sort of the Etude House Sunjung 2X Barrier Intensive Cream, these two are what I tend to reach for when my skin is just feeling very sort of sensitized. And then over here we have like a small tube size of the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. Finally, in the back row, we have the Benton Aloe Propolis Soothing Gel, which I basically use in the summer because it's an incredibly lightweight gel moisturizer. We have the Embryolisse Lait Crème Concentré. Next to it, we have the Sioris You Look So Young Night Cream, as well as 2 tubes, an open one that's currently in use and a backup of the Dr. Jart Ceramidin Cream. This is my favorite winter moisturizer. It is thick. It makes sure my skin is like doing just fine no matter how cold and crazy and dry the weather is. Next to it we have the CosRx Comfort Ceramide Cream, which I have not yet opened, but which I hope is a good enough replacement for the Dr. Jart Ceramidin Cream, because lads, she's expensive. And then last but definitely not least, we have the Purito Deep Sea Pure Water Cream. This is the revised essential oil free version. And that's everything, folks. Like, this is the unhinged state of my skincare collection after I tried sorting and counting everything. I'm hoping you have enjoyed relaxed, at-home, casual, no makeup, just skincare, bubble tea wielding Prachi with a raging headache. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing upcoming week. And you know what? Even if the rest of your week is... Damn, I thought it had come back to me. It hasn't come back to me yet, and I'm very stubbornly refusing to look up what my old outro was because I remember that I came up with it in the middle of a video while I had some very profound realization about life. And so the fact that I have forgotten what the outro is does not bode well for how well I retain profound life lessons, but I'm convinced that I will like remember it, relearn it, it'll come back around to me organically. So I'm very stubbornly refusing to like go back and find out what my old outro is because I'm like, it'll come back to me. I know it will. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Bye!